Hey y'all, it's Ejine.
And it's Kimberly,
and welcome to Season 1 of Sonder Session Studio. This is where deep thoughts meet real laughs, hard feelings meet open arms, and life just gets to be life.
We ask questions, we stretch thinking, and we sit with nuance. We will feel, laugh, and learn together.
So let's sit back, relax, and get into it.
Hello guys, welcome to Sonder Session Studio. This is our first episode of the season 1. We're going to talk about ourselves, how we met, about us, our lives, and everything in between, just so you guys can get a sneak peek into our lives and who we are, and of course, into what this podcast is going to be about. So let's start with Ejine. Ejine, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Ejine. Technically, my name is actually pronounced Ejine, but I actually go by Ejine just to make it easier on the Westerners and everybody because, well, honestly, everybody, because genuinely, even Nigerians tell me that my name is, like, they pronounce it incorrectly. They even try to tell me that that's not my name, try to add Ejine to my name. So I go by Ejine just for, like, ease. But if you want to attempt, my name is Ejine. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm a Taurus. My lucky number is 13, and I'm 23 years old right now.
Sweet. Awesome. As for me, you guys probably already know me from TikTok, Kimberlina. My actual name is Kimberly. It's not Kimberlina. It's a cute nickname I got from high school. It's a little fairy. Cute name I got from high school. I am also 20. Oh.
I'm young. I'm very useful. Thank you.
Jeez, guys, I'm 24 years old. My birthday's in January, so I'm a Capricorn, 24 years old. My lucky number is 7, and it has been for the longest.
Wait, 7? Why is it 7?
I don't know. It's just a nice number.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because 7 is like a holy number. It's like,
is it really?
7 is the divine number. 7 days of the week. And
I did not know that. See? Anyway, yes. So lucky number is 7. And as you guys know, I post a lot about my thoughts and opinions online, especially regarding mental health and everything in between. I talk a lot about my journey with mental health, my journey with life, and hopefully giving you guys some nuggets of hope and inspiration through my videos. This podcast was a way for both of us to kind of share our insights. We always have cool conversations about a lot of different things. In fact, a lot of my video topics that I make on TikTok come from our conversations, and we were kind of like, we chat about this all the time for free. We chat about this all the time for no reason. Why don't we kind of share our insights, our thoughts, and our conversations with you guys? So we decided to create this podcast because of it.
So the podcast is actually separated into 7 different segments. And within those segments, we have 2 overarching categories. We have couch sessions, which houses our first 5 segments, which is roots and relationships. So all about family, friends, dating, just a lot of things happening in our lifestyle. Now, next, we have With Purpose. That is our more educational-based segment. We talk about things like ethical consumption, different educational initiatives, small businesses, nonprofit work, and just things of that nature. And then we have Diaspora Dialogues, as you can tell, we're both Black women. So this time we want to just dissect the different diaspora nations that's happening around the world, the African diaspora, Black American, Caribbean, Afro-Latino, and all around the world, just encompassing all of our different ideologies, ideals, and how we see the world and how we intersect with each other. And then we have Public Discourse, which is going to be our fun-ish kind of segment because it just deals with things that are happening in the world right now, just things that people are talking about, whether it be a celebrity or a dress or a wedding or a new ideology that's come out or politics, whatever it is, we will be discussing. And then our last couch session segment is Limitless. That is our wild card segment. So formed by you guys. We encourage you guys to send us questions, to let us know how you're feeling and things of that nature. But that segment is going to be just whatever we want it to be. Field trips, which is our last 2 segments, those will be coming soon. We're going to have Elsewhere, which is a travel segment. We're going to be exploring new places, different activities, and just doing different things around the world that we haven't done yet. And then we have Breaking Bread as our last segment, which is going to be all about food, whether it be mukbangs, trying new restaurants, trying new recipes. So we just wanted the podcast overall to reach different segments and sectors of people's lives. So you guys will be able to relate to us in different facets, see yourselves in different areas, as well as just be able to relate and learn new things.
So we met high school. Technically, the first time we met was freshman year of high school. She didn't go to my school at the time. Her cousin did.
Yes.
And it was, I believe, a career fair or something like that.
Was it a career fair or a college fair?
I think it was a career fair.
Okay.
I think so. It was a fair.
Mind you, I did not go to this school at this time. I didn't know anybody who went to school at this time.
Correct. Yes. So, her cousin introduces me to her, blah, blah, blah. I'm at the fair. I've gone through all the booths. I was very extroverted at the time. Let's not talk about it.
Mind you, I'm a pretty extroverted person too. Kind of.
extroverted with audacity. Let's move on.
Oh.
So, yeah, so she introduced me to her cousin, Ejine. I meet her at this college fair, and her cousin introduces her. Hey, this is my cousin Mimi. I'm like, hey, Mimi, blah, 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 blah. We're friends now. Da, da, da. Can you go get me chocolate? Do you like chocolate? Because I wanted chocolate. And
don't know this girl from a can of paint.
And, it's fine. They had a whole bunch of chocolate, on the booths, but I already took my share.
Greedy.
So I can't get any more. So I asked her, I'm like, Mimi, you like chocolate? She's like, no, not really. I'm like, ooh, do you mind getting me some chocolate?
I don't even believe that because I love chocolate. I don't eat it that much anymore. I'm just a lie because I don't even know who was this girl coming up to me asking me stuff. Who are you?
Anyway, so I'm like, can you give me some chocolate? She's like, no, I don't know you. Oh.
Wow. No, I don't know you. Girl, what?
Okay, so no
chocolate? Or something? No, I don't know you.
Can't help a friend. Anyway, so...
A friend? Who is this?
That was freshman year before we actually met. And then she ended up transferring to our school sophomore year of high school. And we kind of just been friends ever since. And now here we are almost a decade later. And
oh my gosh, yeah, next year makes it a decade.
A decade. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
We're getting up there.
We are getting up there. We are getting up there. So for today's episode, we're going to do a this or that. So I have a couple of this or that questions, and she has her own this or that questions, and we're going to ask each other this or that questions. So you could start.
Okay. Always feel understood or always feel appreciated?
Understood. I think people appreciate me all the
time. But it'd be one or the other. I don't think it would be like
always feel understood or always feel appreciated.
Like you can get one or the other.
Understood.
Okay. I respect that. I hate to be misunderstood. That's very jarring.
Seems to be a commonality nowadays.
Very jarring.
Okay. Fate or free will?
Free will. Fate, I think, is a nice concept, but I think free will, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't really care what anybody wants. I don't really care what plan anybody else has for me besides what I want to do. So, like, free will is going to have to be free will regardless. All right.
Fair enough. House Stark or House Targaryen?
House Stark!
House Targaryen.
I knew you were going to pick Targaryen! No, I'm House Stark. First of all, Arya is my favorite character. Ned Stark, what a stand-up guy, raising your sister's bastard son or whatever. Well, he's a stand-up guy, but then he kind of let his wife run all over Jon. It's okay. But the Stark family, like, they're very tea. There's no incest going on in there like the Targaryens either, so I can't do it. I would. Where was the incest in the Stark family?
So here's. Let me explain. The reason why I choose the Targaryen family, I choose the Targaryen family for two things. For two things.
She let that blonde white
for Daenerys Targaryen, and also for the other one.
Emilia Clarke.
No, the other one from House of the Dragon. I think that
I didn't watch that. Rhaena or something else? Something like that.
Rhaenyra. Yeah. I think that House Targaryen has shown really, really amazingly strong female powerhouses.
Okay, I haven't watched House of the Dragon. I didn't really get in. I tried to watch it. I didn't really get into it when it first released. So I guess I can see, like, if you watch that, why you pick Targaryen over stuff.
But here's the thing. I think it's a unique story. I hate the way that they ended the show, but I think the way that
it's over.
They ended. No, not House of Dragons. Game of Thrones.
Terrible ending.
It is very rare to see female ambition being executed like that, and I don't know. I think I resonate with Daenerys a lot. Of course, I hope I wouldn't go crazy, but then again, I don't think the first.
Yeah, you resonate with all the characters. Let me get like you.
What do you? Daenerys is a very specific archetype of a person. I think that she took a really bad situation and turned it into an empire. And I think that's uniquely the Targaryen way. And because of that, I relate more to Targaryens taking nothing and turning it into something amazing. I mean, she went from being sold for her body to, the Dothraki to...
Rest in peace, Khal Drogo.
Right, to creating an empire for herself and basically getting to the Iron Throne. And of course, in the end, it's always a man that ruins it. But nonetheless...
she went crazy.
Debatable. We don't need. Let's move on. Next question.
Okay.
Knowledge or wisdom?
Wisdom. Knowledge is nice. Wisdom is the practice of knowledge, in my opinion.
Awesome.
Like applied, yeah.
Cool.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I can't talk about that. Happiness or contentment?
Contentment.
Really? I think happiness. Really? I don't think my parents used to say when I was a kid, they're like, when is it ever going to be enough? Never. I don't know if I'll ever be content. I want to be happy.
But here's the thing. I think I disagree with that because I think it's easy to be content. It's hard to be happy.
Exactly.
Especially as someone who, I mean, again, like if this question is saying that I can always be happy forever, then fine, I guess I'll choose happiness. But just thinking about the practicality of it and like actually applying this, I would rather chase contentment than chase constant happiness. Now, my philosophy in life is that I always do things that I know will make me happy. But the thing when it comes to happiness is it's a fleeting emotion. It's fleeting. It comes and goes. Like I mentioned earlier before, how I haven't experienced depression in the last 2 years, which has been great. But that doesn't automatically mean that I've been happy for the last 2 years. I've been content, and there's a difference. And I think you can last longer and you can have an overall more fulfilling life if you are content with the life that you're living instead of constantly chasing a happiness that will never last because happiness is fleeting.
Okay, but I didn't say chase happiness or be content. I said happiness or contentment. You were talking about chasing happiness.
Well, I'm thinking about it like in the applied sense. I'm thinking about it in the applied sense. Like if I could choose happiness all the time, then I'll choose happiness all the time. But realistically, I think that contentment and being content is what lasts longer.
And what you were saying reminded me of a video I saw of this guy who was like you said, happiness is fleeting, and he was like, it's so easy to find things to make you happy every day, but it's harder to stay happy. So like that's what I've been practicing along with discipline is staying happy. So I'm just like, happiness, hey.
Yeah.
I've been trying to calm myself down, y'all. You know, I got a little anger here and there, but you know, we're working with it. Freedom or safety?
What the hell does that mean?
Freedom or safety?
Safety. You can't be free without safety.
You have to go. Think about living in like a surveillance state versus no police.
So if we're thinking about this in a dystopia and we're thinking the giver versus
like that's how I'm thinking. Like I think freedom is you can do whatever you want and like nobody's gonna do anything. Well, I guess that's not what that means. Well, just the freedom to do as you please. Obviously, there are gonna be consequences to your actions. Or would you always be in a position where you're always gonna be safe?
Are you talking about freedom in this case or absolute freedom? Because those are two different answers.
Freedom, free will. We'll call it free will.
So absolute freedom.
I think you can do whatever you want. It's your life at the end of the day.
No. I'm because like
what's the difference with absolute freedom?
Because like as of right now, I'm free.
Define the difference between the
absolute freedom means absolute freedom, unchecked freedom. You get to do whatever you want. Consequences be damned. There is no government. There is nothing that is holding you back.
No, babe.
There are no set of rules.
I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, okay. Oh, you're asking like is that the world we're living in?
No, I'm asking because it's freedom versus safety. Right now, I
just mean like free will, freedom, not like free will to do as you please. Yes.
Right, but if we're living in a government system that doesn't allow us to actually do as we please, then it technically isn't.
You answer the question however you want. There's no context. You make your own context.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume this
and
question.
You say your context, yeah, and then give
I'm
your
gonna
answer.
assume this question is assuming absolute freedom versus safety, which means you are sacrificing a few of your freedoms for the sake of safety. And in that case, I choose safety. Because that is what we do now in this society. We are not absolutely free. We can't just do whatever we want, not even in the most freest countries in the world. We are still bound by the regulations of our society, by those around me and around us, and by our governments. But in exchange, we get safety from it. It's because of these systems that we are safe, that we can walk down the street and not worry someone is just going to take a gun and shoot us. It's because of these systems in place. So
who's living in that world? That's the reality.
I'm just assuming, huh?
Oh, right. This is your fake world. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking about the real world. Sorry, I was getting triggered.
But here's the thing: if I answer this question via the real world, then I already have freedom and safety. So it's a bit hard to ask that question.
Exactly.
Answer that question.
Yeah, hello.
But if
that's the point. It's supposed to be really hard.
But I already have both. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but now you have to pick one or the other. You don't get both.
But then if that's the case...
What was your answer?
My answer was I chose safety.
Safety.
In a world with absolute freedom, I choose safety. I don't want to be in a world with absolute freedom.
Have complete moral clarity or radical moral ambiguity.
What?
Have complete moral clarity. So basically, like your morals are real straight or whatever, and like you have like a real rigid morality clause or whatever, basically, or radical moral ambiguity. So basically, you live in like the gray area of like. That's how I'm thinking of it.
Don't most of us live in the gray area?
Mm-hmm. But some of us are all obviously like, the morally righteous community.
Right, but based off of whose moral standards?
Again, it's your context, whatever you want it to be. Just think about the question and think how you would approach it, like what that looks like for you.
I mean, it seems like an impossible question because it just depends on what moral standards are we going based off of and who gets to define morality. I mean, I guess if I get to define morality, then I'll choose my morality over the gray. But then again, that would change because my morality may not be defined as absolute morality to everybody else. So I guess if it's defined as absolute morality to me, then I'll choose my morality. But realistically, it's going to be implied that it's not absolute morality because it's my morality, not the world.
Well, implied to who, girl? It's a question for you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I guess I'll choose my morality every single time.
I choose radical moral ambiguity, really. I just think things are too ever-changing for me to be like, I think there are certain morals that I will never change my stance on, but I don't think that there are some that I won't. I think
that's why I said the question is a little bit hard to answer because if you say
no, I don't think it is. Okay, think about it like this. Okay, I'm thinking about it more like somebody who's like hyper-religious and they follow imagine like somebody who follows the 10 Commandments to a T versus somebody who just lives their life as a quote-unquote good person. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it.
But then again, all of this is so subjective that you don't get to define what a good person is.
That's my context for the question.
Right. How I'm saying if it's my morality, where I get to choose my morality and assume.
Okay, but imagine living in like Big Brother, not your or
Big Brother.
You read what's the book called 1984? You read that? Do you have Wolf?
No.
Oh, never mind. You didn't read it. Okay. It was basically it was a book about like a surveillance state, like Big Brother. Like they were watching them always, basically.
Okay.
My wife totally forgot my point. That's why I brought that up. But because it was like moral ambiguity. Like they were basically being told what to do, how to live.
Well, the question is have complete moral clarity. I would like to be clear on my morals. So if it's complete moral clarity, yes, I would like to have. I would say now I have not complete moral clarity, but I am pretty clear on my morals. That doesn't say that they can't change. Mm-hmm. It just implies that you are clear on what those morals are, which I would say I would prefer complete moral clarity because I would like to be clear on what my stances are. Valid. Now, if they change, everything is subjected to change, but I don't think the question implies that they're not allowed to change. So I would go complete moral clarity. Okay. For me, I feel like it implied like finite versus changing. That's how I'm reading it. Well, radical moral ambiguity implies you don't really know what your morals are, and you're still, in my opinion, you're still deciding what. I feel like honestly, every single day I could have a different. Well, like I said, I think I live by a certain like moral code or whatever, but like I think every day I change my mind on a lot of stuff. So I would never say like I don't think I have moral clarity. I think there's a lot of things I change my mind on too much to be like I say that. I would say I'm pretty clear on my morals. I've had the same kind of moral compass since I was a kid, very young kid. I usually operate off of 3 rules. I think it just depends on how specific your morals are, but I usually have integrity at the highest level. Usually once you figure that out, it's pretty easy to, even the decisions you make about certain situations will have your morals embedded into them. So if you are clear about them, then they will still follow through regardless of if your decisions change or not. Yep. That concludes all of our questions. I hope this was enough to kind of get you guys to know a little bit about us and like our dynamic. For future episodes and kind of what it's going to look like, this is kind of the dynamic. We're going to continue to talk about things that are important to us, that are important to the world, that we think are important conversations. And we're just going to share our thoughts and our perspectives on both of them, or on any of our topics, really. Yes. But this is a little bit about us. Do you want to tease a little bit about the website and talk about that? Yes, guys. So obviously this is Sonder Sessions Studio. So head to sondersessions.com, which is our official website, and check out our website. We have a little bit about us, a little bit about the studio, a little bit about resources, whether they be educational or donation-based, crisis-based, or ethical alternatives-based. Just go ahead, check out this site and see what we have to offer. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. And we'd like to thank you guys so much for listening today. I hope you love getting to know us. Yes, I hope you guys had as much fun as we did on here. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking for just more fresh perspectives. I know especially on my TikTok, a lot of you guys want me to expand on certain topics and expand on certain things. And I will say that a lot of the videos that I've talked about, she has definitely been my thought partner in kind of thinking about how I want to execute certain videos and how I want to talk about certain things. So this will kind of be a great way for you guys to hear more of my thoughts in less than 3 minutes, or just really kind of get to know both of us and get to know life outside of TikTok. Yes. But please, thank you for watching. like, follow, subscribe.
Yes.
I don't know. Whatever.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at sndr.sessions.studio and Facebook and Twitter. Wait, what is it? At Sonder Sessions Studio.
There we go.
It'll be on the site. It'll be linked below. It'll be on the screen.
It'll be somewhere.
It'll be somewhere.
You'll
Y'all see it.
Anyway, ciao, ciao.
Bye.